There we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you all had a restful weekend. I hope you all were able to check out the game plan that I put out on yesterday. Covered a lot of what's moving right now in regards to the quantum names. So we're gonna jump right in that pretty soon. But if this is your first time, welcome to the morning game plan. We meet weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern. We meet 9 a.m. Eastern and we discuss our game plan for the day. Okay. So I use a strategy where I'm trying to locate the stocks that have high momentum, unusual catalysts, significant catalysts, elevated volume, and good order flow. So we'll be moving from stock to stock, sector to sector, trying to find what's hot. And I always start off with the macro picture. So we'll jump right into the big picture here. Let's go. Let's see. All right. Let's fix the screen share real quick. And I hope that game plan was helpful. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's talk big picture. All right, SPY. All right, we discussed indices on the game plan call yesterday, and just mentioned that we had the push to the upside on Friday, but we still have the tariffs, trade wars, uncertainty is still acting as a ceiling right now. So this is a critical level. Most of the rallies I've been preaching that they're likely to short with all of the uncertainty. April 2nd is a day that may help shift the narrative. But until then, I'm watching these major resistance levels. So we may have a holding pattern where we'll range here or start to continue to sell off. Right. This weekend was pretty quiet in terms of headlines related to tariffs. So we'll see how the market opens. I'm watching the majors like NVIDIA, which is driving the market. NVIDIA has a catalyst coming out this week, I think on today or tomorrow. The CEO is going to talk about some of the new developments, and he's normally bullish, so that may help. NVIDIA may help the indices push, but overall, we still have the same headwinds. Okay, all right. So let's talk about some of the names that went off this morning. Yesterday, I talked about how the quantum names will be in play, and I'd be watching them. And they started off, they didn't disappoint this morning. So QBTS, QUBT, RGTI, all of those out of the gate this morning have been on a rallying. Okay, so they gapped up and created a high here on if we look at the 30-minute. It pushed up, created a high, and then around like the 6 a.m. Time, 7 a.m. Eastern, where volume starts to come in and pre-market trading starts to happen. We had a break above VWAP, and then it just continued, right? So keeping those on watch. I'm looking at strong levels, but QBTS is the one that we started trading last week because it had its own catalyst. So I'll be looking at all of those in the basket: QSI, QUBT, QBTS, and I'll be looking to see which one has the best volume and price action. Okay, so definitely check those out because they started off hot. If the market opens and they short, doesn't put them out of play, but they're hot right now. So it could be something like, I say QBTS. This one is right now, in my opinion, the best one. So it's holding up the best as well. So let's say if it starts to short, then there are levels here that we could be buying from. So that would be actually favorable because the higher it goes, the less EV the trade can have. So I'd actually like to, right now where it is, we have support established. So there may be more buying here, or if it does short a little bit lower, we have the levels here 1147 ish, 1122. Okay, so looking at those. All right, this morning NAOV, this one popped up on the scan. It's the highest gainer right now. This one gave some scalps, so it's settled on support right now. So we'll see what happens at the open, if it is to hold and give another move higher. So just looking at these levels here, $4, 387, 383 ish, to see what happens if we push down, maybe back to VWAP or back into that support, and it holds and we have more buying, or if it just breaks that $4 level and we have continuation. All right, another one that had popped up, ACON, ACON. This one we traded a few times over the last few weeks, but it ran up and then had a major drop, and now this morning it popped some small scalps, but overall it's a weaker stock. So I'm not sure if that's going to be the end of it for today. Would like to see if it reclaims VWAP and it holds. Right now the CVD looks decent, pretty balanced. So we'll see if it breaks, holds. Maybe we have another leg to the upside. Okay. All right. Game plan was epic. Oh yeah, Zeke. I'm glad you caught it. Yeah. So yeah, man, that game plan worked out pretty well. So that was good. I was pretty stoked about that. That one worked out very well. If anybody caught the game plan, most of those stocks that in the quantum names that popped, they gave us some scalps. All right, so another one in the basket, LAES, was one that I was watching for the AI. So quantum, you got QBTS, QUBT, that basket. Then you have the AI names that may be trailing behind NVIDIA. So LAES is one, and there are a few others, but this one, it has had decent volume today, this morning so far, and decent movement. It popped up. So we'll see, the volume is still kind of light for trading pre-market, but we'll see what happens at the open. So that's another one. Okay. All right. So this one, ANTE, just popped up while I was transitioning on the stream. So we'll see. It has a catalyst. They received a letter of intent from a company. So we will see what happens here. Nice little push above VWAP, pull back to VWAP, and trade there. So let's see if it pulls back at the open. Maybe it gives another scalp here from VWAP, or we have a break higher. So let me look at this real quick. Yeah, decent low float. The China, as I mentioned on the game plan meeting yesterday, the Chinese stock market is booming. It's up like 20%. The DeepSeek AI announcement, a lot of their they have enthusiasm around tech is strong in China. So these names have some of the Chinese stocks that have been popping up on the scan over the last month or so. They've been doing pretty well, working out pretty well. So, all right. So ANTE, let's see. All right, another one that just popped on the scan. It already shorted off though. Hyperfine. So pop and then pulled back. It's underneath VWAP. So set some alarms, but typically, see what kind of catalyst it had. Maybe it's a pump and dump. Looks like it. Okay, Hyperfine and NVIDIA collaborate to revolutionize neuroimaging, AI-powered innovation. Okay. All right, so they popped off of this NVIDIA news. So let's see, I'm gonna set alarms. If it's attached to NVIDIA, There's just a lot of selling here, though. Aggressive selling. After that pop, small buying, and then a massive aggressive selling there. So typically, this is a sign of that it may fail. The CVD looks like that. So we'll see. All right. Why are you switch your strategy? Do you mean to trade stocks, Murad, or something different? Okay. All right. Yep. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think the main sector, quantum, and AI, individual stocks that have catalysts that pop, like those that popped up. One that I wanted to comment on earlier was SLXN. SLXN. Here we go. So this one popped up. I'm gonna drop a video for you, Murad. I discuss why. So this one popped up on scan real quick. You don't see it anymore, but if you look at popped up, and as it was pulling back, this, I was considering entering, but if you look at the aggressive selling here, typically this is not the scenario to take the micro pullback on. When there's so much aggressive selling here after that initial pop, this is like the worst scenario to take. So this right, if you look at this one compared to some of the others that we had last week, you'll see a clear difference. Like look at QBTS last week. All right. Like when you see for example, you see the CVD here. Once it popped and it had this little pullback, look at the aggressive selling there. I mean, it's light on the sell side, right? Not much of a pullback there, right? So that's a different scenario from what we saw on SLXN. And if you can see that, that'll save you. That'll save you from, price action wise, it looks good. Like you have these long wicks, Dragonfly Doji, and it appears that, at times you can take this quick and get out if you want to, but this is a signal not to hold, especially when you have the pullback happen and it's such aggressive selling, right? So this move right here, oftentimes more than not, fails. Okay, so that's something to take a look at from this morning. Popped up, and now you don't even see it anymore just because of that. It faded off. Okay, all right. So let's see. Why trade small cap crypto? I'll trade small cap. If BTC. So trading from the 1 minute just on anything. I'm not opening up the chart and trading, this right here, right? Typically, I'm trading something that has a catalyst, and when that catalyst comes, it causes a strong directional move, right? For example, QBTS. So the reason I'm moving from stock to stock is because I want to find the stock that's going to do this, and this is the 1 minute right here, right? So I just need something that's directional, and I can get one to two, 1 to 3, boom, and that's it. So I'm looking for stocks that are going to be doing this, and the signs are indicators are high elevated volume, high float turnover. Most of these will have a catalyst of their own, or the sector will be in play, and that's what I'm trading. I'm not trading, when if it's something like this. If there's no catalyst, the volume is low, then there's no edge there. Just nothing but chop. But once we have the signs, there's shared variables that you can look for that will indicate that you're likely to have momentum. So that's what I'm doing. And those that are related to crypto, I'll trade when like Bitcoin is running, like Mara, for example. But when Bitcoin is moving sideways, I just leave it alone. Leave them alone. Okay. All right. So let's do it. Hope y'all have a good morning, good Monday. And I, as I always say, you never know what's going to happen. So we have to just show up every day prepared as if you're gonna have the best day, because anything can pop up. Like CRVO last week just popped up after the open, maybe about 30 minutes after the open, and then it just went crazy, right? Then the next day it did this, it did something similar. It didn't move as much, but it did something like 2 days in a row. We had a move. So this one right here, this one opens up here. This is just about 30 minutes after the market open, and it runs, right? Then the next day it runs. Okay. So we never know what's going to happen. We just got to show up every day and be prepared. All right. I have my eye on NIO. All right. What are you looking at? NIO, QBTS, RGTI, maybe NIO. Yeah. I was looking at CISO as well. So you're looking at NIO. I think you're probably trading from, okay. Yeah, I see. And I was looking at this one this morning, but I didn't catch this move back to VWAP. I was looking at, I think it was an AOV on the pullback there. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's get it. I appreciate y'all joining this morning. Drop some feedback in the comment section, and y'all have a great day. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.